Hello there, you guys. Welcome to another one of my live videos. I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So currently on this current video, this is my Fulham Manchester United preview. As I currently said, Saturday 12:30 kickoff, and obviously we know now that we do have a massive opportunity to get into that top four if we do beat Fulham on Saturday. It's early kickoff, as I said, 12:30, and it is away from home. Of course, but before I get into the process for the first topic of the development, I just want to update you on last night. Of course, Manchester City now are top of the Premier League, on goal difference because they did beat Everton by 2 goals to 0 at Goodison Park yesterday night. As we all currently know, it was goals from Laporte and Laporte just on the stroke of half time. It was a header, and right at the end, I think was it in the 97th minute. Right at the end, Gabriel Jesus had scored as well. So City had wrapped the victory and won by 2 goals to 0. But City have bounced back from that Newcastle defeat. They had the other week. They beat Arsenal comfortably. They beat Arsenal comfortably. On Sunday by 3 goals to 1. As Sergio Aguero, scoring a hat trick and beating Everton comfortably away from home yesterday. But we know obviously that Everton have been in really, really bad form this season, as we all know. And obviously, Marco Silva is under so much pressure because obviously they haven't won back-to-back league games, since October, and in the Premier League, and obviously they're out of the FA Cup as well, Everton. So reportedly Marco Silva is under immense pressure, with Everton, as I said, but. It's definitely, between City and Liverpool, this season for the league. You could say, Tottenham are in there with a shout, as I currently said, but obviously they've got Kane and Dele Alli out injured, of course, as well, so that could be a concern, but I think Tottenham are doing very, very well considering that they've got Kane and Dele Alli out, as I currently said. So as it stands now, Manchester City have gone top of the Premier League on goal difference. City have scored 68 goals this season, only conceded 20. As I currently said, I didn't watch the game yesterday, but some of the stats I looked at that City did dominate the game. I think they had about 15 shots. Everton had 4. Everton only created 1 chance the whole game. Manchester City created 9 chances as well. So obviously Manchester City, from what I read about the stats, that they were the dominant force, as I currently said. But, it's between City, Liverpool and Tottenham, this season for the league. Of course, Manchester City won it last season, by 19 points, as I currently said. So they won it by, a mile last season, did Manchester City, as we all currently know. They've already won 3 Premier Leagues already in the process, as I said. In relation to Manchester City and Liverpool, as I currently said, obviously, Liverpool from their perspective, obviously want to win the league this season because obviously, they haven't won it for 28 years, of Liverpool all in all. They haven't won the Premier League, since it got founded in 1992 and 1993, as I currently said, of Liverpool. And obviously, they have invested in the last couple of seasons, under Jurgen Klopp. They were the biggest spenders last summer as well, were Liverpool, as I currently said. But obviously, the paramount on Jurgen Klopp if Liverpool do not win the league this season, as I currently said. Klopp's had a bit of experience in the past. He did win a couple of titles with Borussia Dortmund, but as I did say, Liverpool haven't got the experience. Just like Man City and Pep Guardiola have, and I don't think Jurgen Klopp's got that. Jurgen Klopp is nowhere near on the same level as Pep Guardiola in terms of winning silverware and stuff like that, and Jurgen Klopp doesn't have that winning project. Like Pep Guardiola does, because Klopp's Guardiola's won about 26 trophies throughout his career. He's won a lot of honours as a manager. He won quite a lot of honours as a player as well. Did Pep Guardiola. City, he's spent a lot of money. Throughout his managerial career as Guardiola. He spent over £1 billion, but he spent more than half of that at Manchester City. He spent over £500 million at Manchester City as Pep Guardiola, as I said. But in terms of experience, you've obviously got to favour Manchester City because they've already won 3 Premier Leagues and obviously looking to get their 4th Premier League title this season. Liverpool, overall this season have played very, very well, and they've played very, very good attacking football. They've got a good team. They addressed the defensive deficiencies with Virgil van Dijk. They've got a good attacking trio in Salah. For me, Salah's the best player in the Premier League. You've got Firmino, they've got Mane, they've got Shaqiri, who's been very, very impressive for them. So Liverpool have got some, very, very good players. But I think in the last couple of games, I think nerves seem to be getting better than them. They've drawn 2 games on the trot. That's 4 points, that Liverpool have thrown away, as I said. But as Guardiola was speaking about, he does think, Guardiola's admitted he does think it will be close. He said it could be something similar to what happened in 2012. Or was it in 2012 when Aguero scored late on? Obviously it went to the last game and it was between Manchester City and Manchester United for the title. We beat Sunderland 1-0. They beat Queen's Park Rangers 3-2 because obviously they scored twice in stoppage time and obviously Aguero had scored the winner. But from Guardiola's perspective, he says don't rule Manchester United and Chelsea out. I think that's a bit of a silly comment, from Guardiola, to be quite honest with you. but he does think it could, maybe go to the last couple of games at least. Though there's Guardiola, as it has mentioned in the newspaper as well. But in my opinion, it's either going to be City, Liverpool, or Tottenham. But obviously, City have the experience over Liverpool and Tottenham, because Tottenham haven't had the experience. Liverpool haven't had the experience in terms of winning the Premier League. Tottenham don't have the experience, but Manchester City do. As I currently said, so you have got to favour Manchester City, but as I did say, Liverpool drew with West Ham. They drew with Leicester as well. They can go back top Liverpool if they do beat Bournemouth on Saturday as well at Anfield. You should presume that Liverpool, should win that as I currently said. But it could be a tight finish as I currently said, and it could go to the last couple of games as I currently said. But anyway, we're getting to Manchester United Fulham preview. As I currently said, it's at Craven Cottage. 12:30 as I currently said, and we've got the opportunity, to get into the top four. If we do beat Fulham on Saturday, because we're 2 points behind Chelsea at the moment. So if we do win, we'll go a point above Chelsea, and we'll get into that top four. And obviously, a month or so ago, we was 11 points behind top four. Everyone ruled us out, but all of a sudden now, we are back. As I currently said, and going into this Fulham game, it should be an easy win for Manchester United. As I currently said, it should be a very, very easy win for us, considering the way we've been playing. So it should be an easy win for Manchester United, against Fulham, as I currently said. And all in all, we've got a very, very good record against Fulham as well. But we can get top four this season, and we can try and win the FA Cup as well, which would be a remarkable achievement, as I currently said. But so far, yeah, it's looking very, very good. We've done well on the road, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. We've won 9 out of 10, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 9 wins out of 10 under Solskjaer. 25 goals scored, only 7 goals conceded, so defensively we've improved. We're scoring more goals as well. We've also won 5 on the road, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. We've won 4 away in the Premier League, and 5 in all competitions as well. So Solskjaer's done very, very well, since he's come to Manchester United. But 9 wins out of 10 games unbeaten, and this is his 11th game in charge of Manchester United on Saturday. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's. But being reading a bit up about it, a bit of team news, to give you a bit of an update on. Obviously, he's going to be rotating the squad. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know. He's going to be rotating the squad. I think a couple of key players, could be dropped, to be quite honest with you. I think he may, play some fringe players in the team, to be quite honest with you. Lukaku could be starting. Sanchez even could be starting. Maybe Fred may get the opportunity, Fred hasn't had much of an opportunity, to be quite honest with you. Fred hasn't really had much of an opportunity, since he's come to United. We paid, £52 million to him last summer, and he's hardly played. Diego Dalot, however you pronounce his name, could come into contention as well. So he could make a number of changes, from the victory at Leicester, as I said, because obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware that we have got games coming up thick and fast, and our next 3 games after the Fulham game, are big games. So we'll obviously want to rest some players for the PSG game on Tuesday in the Champions League, and then it's Chelsea in the FA Cup, is it the Monday after in the FA Cup, and then it's Liverpool as well. So we have got 3 big games as we all currently know, and we know that's going to be a tester for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. But going to Man United Fulham game, Fulham have only won 3 in their last 27 Premier League games against us, as I currently said. The last 10 head-to-head meetings, there's been 2 draws. Manchester United have won 8. Of course, we did beat them early on in the season, by 4 goals to 1 at Old Trafford. Was that back in December as well? We did actually, beat Fulham by 4 goals to 1. And Fulham are a very, very poor side, to be quite honest with you. They're sitting in the relegation zone. Out of 25 games this season, they've played 25. I think they've won 4, they've drawn 5, they've lost 16. They've conceded 55 goals this season as well. At Fulham. So Fulham are a very, very poor outfit, and to be quite honest with you. But as it did confirm on transfer deadline day, Fulham did get 2 signings, I think, on transfer deadline day. I think they got a player called, if I can pronounce his name, they got Havard Nordivai, however you pronounce his name. They got him on loan from Hoffenheim, so he's on loan with Fulham, and reportedly he could make his... Yeah. Yes. And reportedly, this Havard Nordivite could make his debut on Saturday for Fulham. Also, too, they did get, Lazo Markovic on a free transfer from Liverpool on deadline day as well. And these reports saying that this Lazo Markovic or Markovic, however you pronounce his name, could make his debut for Fulham on Saturday as well. So they are two players Fulham did get on a deadline day in the January transfer window. They got Lazo Markovic and Havard Nordevai, however you pronounce his name. Fulham have also got other injuries. They have got injuries at Fulham as well. They've got Alfie Mawson out as well for injury. They've got what's his name, if I can pronounce his name, I can't remember him. Andrea Skrilla has been injured recently for Fulham as well, and they've got Alfie Mawson out, and they've also got what's his name now, if I can pronounce his name right. They've got Belly. If I can pronounce his name? They've got Belly Elliott. Benin Etial or something like that. I can't pronounce his name, but Fulham I've got it's called Marcus Benedetti or something like that. He's also injured for Fulham. It has confirmed that Fosu won't be playing in this game as well. It's also confirmed that Fosu, won't be playing in this game as well, as that has confirmed. So Fulham have got quite a few injury problems, but as it has confirmed, they've got Alfie Mawson out. They've got this Marcus Benedetti out as well, however you pronounce his name. So I think Skrilla could be featuring in this game as well. I'm not too sure, to be quite honest with you. What are you doing?
If you want a shower, I'd get one short.
Alright.
Because Luke and Surf are coming for tea later.
Alright.
And you don't want to be getting disturbed going, oh, will he head up in the bathroom?
Yeah.
You know what they're like.
Yeah.
So I'd go in now while you've got a chance.
Yeah. Alright. But anyway, yeah, as I said, so Fosu probably won't be. It says he won't be featuring in the game, and Mawson is out as well for Fulham. Mawson's out for Fulham as well. So Fulham have got quite a few injury problems, as I currently said. From Manchester United perspective, it also confirmed in the media. Some of the Fulham's names are hard to pronounce, to be quite honest with you. Some of them are hard to pronounce, but it's Alfie Mawson who's out for Fulham. This Marcus Benedetti, however you pronounce his name. I can't pronounce his name, but you'll know what I mean. And they've got a few other injury problems as well. But as I said, from Man United perspective, it did confirm in the media that Marcus Rojo is back in training. But as it has officially confirmed in relation to Marcus Rojo, he probably still won't be playing, as we all currently know, because he has been injured for quite a long time as Marcus Rojo. There has been reports coming out in relation to Chris Smalling as well, saying that he could potentially start, against his former club, because obviously we bought him from Fulham, and he's been here a good 9 years now as Chris Smalling, as we all know. Obviously, he's yet to feature under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't think he's played in like 12 games, Chris Smalling, because obviously he just recovered from a foot injury, as we all currently know. So he may put Chris Smalling at centre back. He may give him a chance, in this Fulham game on Saturday. Chris Smalling, as I currently said. So I do think he'll rotate the squad. Will Solskjaer? He may rest Marcus Rashford, to be quite honest with you, because Rashford, has been in great form. 6 goals in 8 games, for Manchester United, which is very, very good. I think he scored 10 goals this season for Manchester United as well, as Marcus Rashford. He scored a great goal in his 100th appearance, against Leicester, last weekend. Great goal it was. Great assist, from Paul Pogba. The touch and composure from Rashford, was absolutely fantastic. And, we won the game by 1-0, as I currently said, and we did get a clean sheet in that game as well. So we are in a good run of form, as I currently said. I do think he'll rotate the squad, as I currently said. I think Sanchez could maybe come in, and we know Sanchez and Lukaku are obviously, our fringe players, as I currently said, because Sanchez definitely needs to improve his game, because there's areas of his game he does need that. I think he's lost a yard of pace, to be quite honest with you, as Alexis Sanchez, and he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time, since he's been at Manchester United, as Alexis Sanchez has enjoyed a very, very difficult time, since he's been here. He's enjoyed a difficult time, since he's been here, because he has had a couple of injury problems, has failed to establish himself, as we all currently know, and he isn't been the player, that he currently was at Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez. Obviously, he's our highest paid player on over, £500,000 a week, as I currently said. But we know mainly under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that Martial and Rashford have been first choice over the likes of Sanchez and Romelu Lukaku, and all that, as I currently said. Maybe Lukaku could be in contention, to start against Fulham, as I currently said, because I think Lukaku's form has been been slightly, rejuvenated, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. When he has had the opportunity, Lukaku's been getting a couple of assists, been scoring a couple of goals, as I said. So his form has been slightly rejuvenated as Romelu Lukaku's. There has been reports saying that maybe he could leave in the summer because Romelu Lukaku. We know we did hear... was it back in January or was it last year sometime I was hearing that reportedly Juventus were interested in Romelu Lukaku. I do have concerns about Lukaku with his first touch, and he's a big game bottle, as we all know. He doesn't have any pace about his game, but he's still a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, is Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, he cost us, £75 million from Everton did Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, I do have concerns about him. But I think his form's been slightly, rejuvenated, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming. But he will rotate the squad. As he did say when he came into the club, Solskjaer was going to rotate the squad, give the young players, the chance as well, to grow and develop and flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I think, there could be quite a few changes he makes in this Fulham game as well. It did say Fred could be in contention as well. But yeah, I think he will make a few changes, as I currently said. As I said, in the midfield, he'll probably maybe rotate the midfield, against Fulham as well. Because we know mainly he goes with Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Because obviously they are a good trio, and they look very, very effective in our midfield. Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. But there again, I think Paul Pogba now under Solskjaer is getting the freedom to express himself, as I currently said. He's scoring, he's providing, and I think when he's in this kind of form, Paul Pogba, he can be a player that's on 12 to 15 goals a season. As I currently said, Paul Pogba, he can be a player that's on 12 to 15 goals a season, when he's playing like this. And, within this month so now, we have seen the best of Paul Pogba, as I currently said.
Like I told you, I'd go and shower now.
Would you?
Yeah. And then you've got a patient not going to be disturbed. They're getting now.
They're not coming yet, though?
They're coming for tea, so I bet they're here about 5:30, 6.
Alright.
I would have getting now.
Alright.
Well, what I would do if I were you is I'd have a shower now and then go up to Exeter and get something done with that head.
Alright.
Because your hair is an absolute fucking mess.
Alright.
It's a mess. Imagine what people think when you're in pub and they look at your hair.
Alright.
Get it shit. Why don't you have blades there now?
Alright.
On the sides and back. And just have it trimmed on top.
Alright.
Blade 1 and blade 2, Charles, is a waste of time. It goes back too quick.
Alright.
If you have Super Zero, just say give me Super Zero on side and back.
Yeah.
Super Zero.
Yeah.
And just give me, just trim top.
Yeah.
It'll last longer as well. Your coffee's there.
Yeah.
Get that coffee and get washed.
Alright. But as I said, sorry about that. But as I said, yeah, in relation, yes, I do think he'll rotate. But in relation to Paul Pogba, I think his performances have really, really improved. And hopefully somewhere along the line, he's obviously got 2 years left on his deal. But hopefully somewhere along the line, Raiola can discuss him about getting him a new contract term at the club. And Raiola, will discuss this probably, with the Manchester United board. As I currently said, but I've been really, really impressed, with Paul Pogba's performances. And I do think he looks very, very effective in that number 10. just behind Marcus Rashford. As I currently said, maybe on the right hand side, he may start Juan Mata on the right hand side. He's mainly been going with Jesse Lingard on that right hand side. To be quite honest with you, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but he may give Juan Mata the chance on that right wing, as I currently said. Defensively, he could rotate, defensively as well, because we know obviously, Bailly and Lindelof, are very, very good together. They complement each other fantastically well in our central defensive position. And Bailly does need more game time, as Solskjaer's confirmed he is in his plans, and Solskjaer knows he's a very, very essential player, for the team, because I think him and Lindelof, look very, very good together. But he may, bring Chris Smalling into contention. He may put Smalling alongside Lindelof, or he may play Smalling play Smalling alongside Jones or something like this, will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he will rotate the squad there with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I do really, really like Bailly and Lindelof as a centre-back partnership, and I have been very, very impressed with Lindelof this season. His performances have improved. I think Bailly, when he's playing, I think Bailly, shows he's got great potential. His composure is very, very good as well. At that right back, obviously we know mainly Ashley Young's been his first choice right back, as I currently said. Ashley Young has obviously been our first choice right back, but he actually could, maybe give Diego Dalot the chance, as I currently said, on that right hand side. Then maybe put, Ashley on the left as a left back, or he may, keep Luke Shaw at left back, because obviously Luke Shaw is obviously our first choice left back. But we have seen now and again, when Diego Dalot comes into contention on the right hand side, Ashley Young, switches fullbacks. He goes to the left hand side instead of the right hand side, which is obviously Young's main position. Is that right hand side, as I said. But I do think he'll rotate it with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. But as I said, in relation to Solskjaer, I think he's brought, the fear factor back to the club. I think he's brought the confidence back to the club. He's motivated the team. As I said, he doesn't rest on his laurels. He does show that inspiration. There's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. And all the players now, majority of the players are playing to the potential level. They're showing the determination. They're showing the attitude, that they do want to play for this manager, as I currently said. And I do think he's the right man for the job, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said, because he's getting the players to express themselves, get them enjoying football again, which is the most important thing. And I think Solskjaer should be now in pole position, to get the job on a full-time basis at Manchester United, because obviously Pochettino does look in jeopardy anywhere, because obviously Pochettino will not leave Tottenham, as I said. But obviously we know the club, it was a shame that we didn't make any signings throughout the January transfer window. It was a shame we didn't get any signings, but as Solskjaer did say earlier on in the January transfer window when it was open, of course, he didn't expect us to make any signings. He said it was unlikely that Manchester United were going to make any signings, throughout the January transfer window, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had confirmed. He says it was unlikely, but I think Solskjaer's the right man for the job. He's brought the fluidity back to the team. He's brought that attacking football, back to that brand of football, that we saw under Alex Ferguson, for 26, 27 years. And I think this team can become a replica of what the team achieved and did under Alex Ferguson, as I currently said. But we know obviously the Man United board, are planning, to get some, to recruit some players in the summer. So we do want to get some new additions into the team in the summer. Obviously, as it did say, obviously we're still looking to hire a director of footballing before we do commit to any future signings, as I currently said. And obviously we're in the search, for a full-time manager at the end of the season on a full-time basis. And maybe still Pochettino does remain the number one, but I think Solskjaer should get the job on a full-time basis. And I also expect players, to leave Manchester United, in the summer as well. I do really I expect players to leave. I think quite a few experienced players will leave, so it will be ideal if maybe we get if three or four leave, then get 3 or 4 in. Maybe get a couple of young players that can grow and develop under Solskjaer. Maybe get 1 or 2, experienced players, as I currently said as well. So I do expect players, to leave in the summer. Obviously, there's still quite a lot of players, coming to the end of the contract. So we do need to, consider about contract renewal as well in the process. But yeah, I've been really impressed with Manchester United, since Solskjaer come in. We are still at least a year off the league, as I currently said, but we do need a couple of signings in the summer, and we do need a strong central defender. We all know that. We need someone on the right-hand side, because the majority of our attack is coming from the left, as I currently said. But yeah, this is my Fulham Manchester United preview. Go over it again. Obviously, Fulham, as I said, I've got Alfie Mawson out. I think he's a long-term absence. They've got Marcus Benietti out as well. I can't pronounce his name, but it's something like that, as I said. They did get, as I did say, they got 2 players, right at the end of the January transfer window. They got Havard, Havard Naughty Vetti or something like that, from Hoffenheim on loan, so he could make his debut at Fulham. He's called Naughty Vite or something like that, Havard Naughty Vite. And obviously they got Lazo Markovic from Liverpool on a free transfer as well, so he could also make his debut for Fulham at the weekend as well. Fulham obviously have got their top scorer at the moment, I think this season in the Premier League, is it Alexander Mitrovic or something like that, with 10 goals this season for Fulham as well. But yeah, it should be an easy win for Manchester United, as I currently said. We beat them 4-1 earlier on in the season. The last time we played them before we beat them 4-1 early on the season was 5 years ago, was it? Back in 2014. We drew with them 2-2 at Old Trafford. This was obviously under the David Moyes era, but in that game it was a very, very poor game indeed. I think we was winning the game 2-1, and at that point Darren Bent scored in the last minute for Fulham. But I think we produced about 81 crosses in that game, against Fulham 5 years ago, back in 2014, and it was, of course, at Old Trafford, as I currently said. But yeah, as I did say, we still got to sort, contracts, out at Manchester United, as I currently said. And there's a bit more news, that's actually, updated in the media. I'm going to give you a bit of an update on some contract, talks now, as I currently said. So obviously we know so far that we've obviously got Scott McTominay signed a new contract in January. We know earlier this season Luke Shaw signed a new 5-year deal with Manchester United. We know also too that Martial signed a new 5-year deal with an option of a further year as well back in the January transfer window. Chris Smalling as well, signed a new deal early on this season as well with Manchester United. But we're trying to convince some players to sign a new contracts at this club, as I said, and as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did confirm that he did say contract negotiations were progressing in relation to De Gea and all that. Now reports are coming out saying that Man United are in talks of getting Ander Herrera a new contract at the club as well. Because I've been very, very impressed with Ander Herrera, and I think, he's played a really, really big part in the team as Ander Herrera. Since he's been here since 2014, when we got him under Louis van Gaal era, he has been here since 2014. This is what he's been here 4.5 years, 5 years now. But I think, especially since Solskjaer's coming, he's been playing more regularly in the team. He's playing a big part in the team. I think he looks good, alongside Matic and Paul Pogba does Ander Herrera as well. And I think from Herrera's perspective, he wants a new contract at Manchester United. I think he's currently earning around £75,000 a week at the moment, is Ander Herrera. But we are reports coming out saying that negotiations are progressing, and it looks like we could, get Ander Herrera a new deal at Manchester United, as I currently said, which is very, very good news. Obviously, reports were coming out yesterday in the media as well. Report coming out yesterday in the media as well, as I did update you in relation to Ashley Young as well. It did say Man United in the process have been in negotiations for quite some time now of getting Martial a new 1-year extension on his current contract. But reports are coming out saying that reportedly Man United are close to getting Ashley Young a new 1-year extension at the club, worth around I think £110,000 a week or something like that. But as I did say, I thought probably will. I wanted Ashley Young to leave this summer, to be quite honest with you, because obviously Ashley Young's now past it. He's highly experienced, of course. He is 33 years of age now. Obviously, we're not going to will to offer him a long-term deal, Ashley Young, because obviously he's 33 years of age now. A year or two, he's coming to an end of his career, playing career now. Anywhere is Ashley Young. But reports coming out saying that we are on the brink of agreeing him a new 1-year extension worth around £110,000 a week. But he's been one of the longest-serving players for Manchester United. He has been here a number of years now as Ashley Young, as we all currently know. He has been here a number of years now as Ashley Young. We got him from Aston Villa for 17 million. When we signed him, he signed a 5-year deal, did Ashley Young. So he's been in the Premier League a lot of years. He's been at Manchester United a good 7-8 years. He's made over just under 300 odd appearances for Manchester United, in all competitions. And obviously, he regularly wears the captain's armband because obviously he's our first choice right back, is Ashley Young. Obviously was mainly a right winger when he was younger, but obviously lately, we operate him as a right back, Ashley Young, as I currently said. But I do think he's past it now, and I did say I would like to see, Diego Dalot, come back into contention more, as I said. I would like to see, Ashley Young, come back in. I would like to see, Diego Dalot, come into contention more, as I said. But obviously, we've also, been in talks of securing who's the other player. We've been in talks of, getting Marcus Rashford a new long-term deal at the club as well. And we do need to try and, get Marcus Rashford, a new long-term deal at Manchester United, because his current deal does end in 2020, as we all currently know. I think there's an option of a further year there as well. I think his wages he's currently receiving at the moment is around £60,000 a week, but we have been in talks of getting him a new long-term deal, and in the process, if we can get Rashford this new long-term deal, we will more than double his current wages, Marcus Rashford, because we have heard narratives going on in the media suggesting that Real Madrid are preparing to put £100 million bidding for him in the summer. Real Madrid were preparing to put around £100 million for him in the summer, reportedly. But Real Madrid won't get Marcus Rashford anyway. As I said, Rashford's happy. He's playing a key role under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is Marcus Rashford. Grown and developed very, very well. Been a United player, since the age of 7, of course, as well. And he's been in the senior team with Manchester United, since 2016, as I said. And he is our number 9, is Rashford. He can play out wide, but as I do keep saying, I think he looks very, very effective, centrally, to be quite honest with you, does Marcus Rashford. He looks very, very effective when he's playing centrally, does Rashford, as I currently said. So hopefully somewhere along the line, we can come to an agreement, of getting him a new long-term deal at the club as well. And Manchester United have been in talks over that as well. So we do need to address this, as I currently said. But I do think, I expect, players will be leaving Manchester United in the summer. I think Valencia is going to be going in the summer for sure. I thought he could have actually gone, throughout the January transfer window there, could Antonio Valencia. Fulham and Newcastle would interest him. He's been one of the longest servants as well at Manchester United. He's been here a good 10 years now as Antonio Valencia, and he's grown and developed, fantastically well as Valencia, the years he has been here. He's been here nearly 10 years now, I think, Antonio Valencia. Obviously, it was good when he was, younger in his prime, but I think he's past it now. Obviously, can't even get in the team this season, as I currently said, Antonio Valencia, and that's why there was strong speculation of him leaving. He has made over 300 odd appearances, since he's been to Manchester United, Antonio Valencia, as I currently said. But I do probably see him, leaving in the summer, to be quite honest with you. Same with Phil Jones and Smalling. I think they probably could be gone in the new season as well. Same with them. Matteo Darmian is another one. I think he could probably, go in the summer as well. Because obviously he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time, since he's come to Manchester United, Matteo Darmian, as I currently said. And Matteo Darmian did say Juventus and Inter Milan would interest him, back in the January window. There was speculation of Darmian leaving throughout the January window. We have extended his contract further year, so if any offers do come in the summer, we can cash in for the player in the summer, rather than let him go on a free transfer. As I currently said, Matteo Darmian, but he has been here since 2015 as Matteo Darmian. He has enjoyed a very, very difficult time since he's come to United because he can't even get in the team, Matteo Darmian, as we all know, he can't even get in the team, as I currently said. So I do see him probably, leaving in the summer. And obviously, he's had a lot of experience of playing in Italy, when he was a lot younger in his prime, spent, the most of his playing career in Italy as well, did Matteo Darmian. So I probably, to be quite honest with you, I do see him leaving in the summer as well, Matteo Darmian. But as I did say, we have got, I think reportedly Manchester United are going to get around a £200 million spending spree to spend in the summer. Reports have been coming out saying that we're going to get around £200 million spend in the summer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to have a big say on our transfer plans for the summer as well, regardless if he's still the manager or not at the end of the season. But yeah, I've heard a few names, that we've indicated towards that I have been hearing today. I've been hearing the rumours, what I just read about Tanguy Ndombele, that Leon midfielder that I have been hearing about, 22 years of age. I think, I heard a narrative about that, back in the January transfer window that a few teams were interested in Tanguy Ndombele. Reportedly, obviously, he's at Lyon, as we all currently know, he's French. He made his international debut, last year, for France as well. Only 22 years of age, very, very young in his prime, very competitive, very tenacious. And I think we do need a centre defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious, and he's one of them, is this Tanguy Ndombele. Reports coming out throughout the January window that they wanted around £80-90 million for him, did Lyon. Lyon got him on loan, didn't they, for around £2 million. And I think... and then I think after that, Leon then made a deal permanent by paying around, was it £7-8 million or something like that for Tanguy Ndombele. But reports have been coming out today saying that Man United have been interested in him. It did say Man United have held negotiations with his representatives. It also mentioned that Manchester City had been in contact and held negotiations with his representatives as well. So it did say Manchester United and Manchester City were reportedly interested in this Tanguy Ndombele. And I heard his name, he got mentioned before, did this Tanguy Ndombele, as I currently said. There's been a few other names mentioned in the media as well. A few other names have been mentioned in the media. We know basically that Felix, that Benfica player as well, 19 years of age, he hasn't made his Portugal senior debut as I currently said, for his national team. He only broke into the Benfica first team, since last year. Did this since last year, did this Felix. He's only been in Benfica first team, since last year, and reportedly his performances have been good. He has got a buyout clause of around £105 million, has he, something like that, this player, so that is staggering amounts of money, for the 19-year-old, as I currently said. And it did reportedly say that Liverpool, had the £61 million bid turned down for him in January, but Man United have been keeping a close eye on the player. Man United instructed scouts, to keep a close eye on. Man United instructed scouts, to keep a close eye on Felix as well. But I think we've got reportedly trigger his release clause in the summer if we do have any chance of getting Felix from Benfica as well. I also heard that, of course, I heard in some news the other day that Man United were identified, Dayat Upamecano, the RP legend. centre-back. It said reportedly Man United identified him as a possible summer target as well. This Daya Upamecano, if I pronounce his name and I apologise again because he's hard to, I think his surname's hard to pronounce. It's Upamecano or something like that. Daya Upamecano or something like that. But yeah, he's RP Lesby central defender. He's only 20 years of age, as I said, very young in his prime. But I think he's got around an 88 million release clause current contract term. Is this Daya Upamecano? It also said that reportedly, Bayern Munich would also interest in him as well because Bayern Munich, are looking to go get some young players in their team, as I said. But it did say, quite a few teams have expressed their interest. Well, a couple of teams, and Bayern Munich, on this Daya Upamecano. He plays for RP Leipzig. I think RP Leipzig only paid £10 million for him. He signed a 4.5-year deal, with RP Leipzig as well. Did this Daya Upamecano, as I currently said. But reportedly, Manchester United reportedly identified him as a possible summer target, so he's been mentioned. But we know our number one major priority target, for the summer, as I currently said, which is Napoli central defender Koulibaly, as we all know. And obviously, we know it cost us a lot of money, to get him in the summer, as I currently said. Obviously, we've been linked with him since last summer, as I currently said. Obviously, throughout the January transfer window, Manchester United were in heavy negotiations with, Napoli over this. Ed Woodward had obviously been in negotiations with the Napoli officials. In the process, we had 3 bids turned down. The recent one was a staggering £95 million, as I currently said. But I think, he's eager to join Manchester United, is Koulibaly, and I think he intends to make a move to Old Trafford, if Man United, are willing to go for him in the summer. And reports coming out in relation to him saying that it's Manchester United's major number one target, to go for in the summer. And we know it cost us a lot of money, but we have got that financial power, to meet his valuation. And considering that we didn't invest throughout the January transfer window, as I said, but he's a very, very good player. He'd be a great leader in our back line if you put him alongside Victor Lindelof. If you put him alongside Bay, he'd look very, very good indeed with this Koulibaly. He's still got a contract with Napoli, don't forget. He's got a contract with Napoli still until 2023, as we all know, as Koulibaly. But as I did say, he's unhappy at Napoli, as I currently said. He has been there a number of years now, don't forget, as Koulibaly. But I think, he feels unsettled there. The majority of this is probably due to the racial abuse, he suffered back in December as well, Koulibaly. But he's very, very versatile. He's good in the air, he's strong, he's quick, he's tenacious, and he'd be a good leader in our backline, without a shadow of a doubt. So he's our number one target, as we all know. And I think his agent, or is it his former agent, revealed the other day, actually, that reportedly I think his agent or his former agent did reveal that he could be available for just under £90 million in the summer, as I currently said. But it dramatically improve our defensive line so much, would this player, as I currently said, it dramatically improve our line, would Koulibaly. And we know we've been linked with a few other targets as well. And we know Toby Alderweireld, has been mentioned as well. Toby Alderweireld's been mentioned, and he's 29 now, so he is aging up a bit, to be quite honest with you. Alderweireld, he is Premier League proven, and he can be a world-class central defender, but as I did say, I think he needs to adjust his game more. I think he has lost a yard of pace as Alderweireld, to be quite honest with you. Of course, we were heavily linked with him, last summer, as I said, and Tottenham obviously, extended his contract till 2020, as I currently said, they extend his contract to 2020. I think it does include a 25 million release clause, so he could be available for 25 million pounds in the summer. But he is 29 years of age now, and he's aging up. And obviously, he's 2 years older than Koulibaly, because Koulibaly is 27, as we all know. So we get a lot longer out of Koulibaly. And to start with, Toby Alderweireld is nowhere near the same level or same caliber as Koulibaly, as we all currently know. But yeah, so we've been interested in quite a few targets. But in my opinion, I think Solskjaer's the right man for the job at Manchester United, as I said. He's the right man for the job at Manchester United. Currently said he's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's the right man. He knows everything about this club. Great player for years. Won trophies. He won trophies when he was managing the reserve team. He's watched some of these players grow and develop, as we all currently know, as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So for me, I think he's the right man for Manchester United. He's Solskjaer, as I said. And going into this game on Saturday against Fulham, he will rotate the squad. Smalling could come into contention. Dalot could come into contention. Fred could come into contention. Lukaku start. Sanchez could start. So there's quite a lot of changes there. As I currently said, there's quite a lot of changes there. Maybe Martial may start. I don't know, because actually Martial hasn't started from the start in the last 3 games, to be quite fair, as we all clearly know. So I do think he'll rotate it quite a bit, you know, to be quite honest with you, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And obviously, he'll use his common sense and he'll rest key plays for the game on Tuesday. And obviously, there's other big games coming up as well. So the next 3 after Fulham is PSG, home in the Champions League first leg, Chelsea away in the FA Cup, and then Liverpool at Old Trafford. So they are 3 big games as we all currently know. Basically, we've got to win them all because obviously we do want to get in that top 4 this season, so we can get Champions League for next season as well. As I said, we've got a great news, going into the PSG game on Tuesday. Neymar is out for up to 10 weeks, isn't he? Is it a broken foot or something like that? So that's very good news for us as well. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. If you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll be back with more live videos very soon. Thank you.